God's advice today: stop immediately and pay attention, because God is speaking directly to you through this video. Every moment you spend ignoring the signs is an opportunity lost. This is not just another video, it is a divine call to transform your life in a tangible way. Like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single word. Don't wait any longer. Click on the first comment, listen to the 1-minute prayer, and discover how this product was created to support your spiritual and practical growth. Every moment of hesitation is a chance slipping away, and God wants you to take the lead now. Like, share, and let this message reach others who need hope and guidance. This is the moment for action and faith. Align your heart, mind, and decisions with what God is preparing for you. Change happens when you decide to act, and today can be the first step toward a full, blessed life filled with opportunities. God said, "My beloved son, listen to me with an open heart, for nothing that happens to you is the result of chance." The moment you paused this video was not mere coincidence but a response to the silent call that burns within your soul. I have known you since before you were born. I know your dreams, your restless nights, and even the victories you celebrated in silence when no one else was by your side. Do you feel in your heart the desire for a deep spiritual transformation, not only in your life but also in the lives of those you love? Believe it, when we connect with God with faith and surrender, we open the way for blessings and abundance to manifest in surprising ways. A simple prayer of just 1 minute can become the starting point to renew your mind, strengthen your faith, and prepare your life to receive more peace, prosperity, and hope each day. If you want to learn how to apply this practice in your daily routine and discover paths to live more fully and abundantly, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take on this spiritual journey also supports our channel and the entire team dedicated to bringing messages that uplift your life. Don't wait any longer to take this first step of faith. Click now and allow yourself to begin a journey of spiritual renewal and inner growth. I also know the subtle traps the world places before you, disguised as opportunity, rest, or human wisdom, that slowly draw your heart away from the path that gives life. I do not speak to inspire fear, but to light a flame within you so that you can discern between what shines falsely and what truly illuminates. Many accept what seems harmless as if it were natural, and when they realize it, they are already caught in invisible chains. I ask you for vigilance, not the kind that burdens and despairs, but the serene watchfulness that recognizes truth and keeps the heart awake even amid fatigue. When you hear the voice that says, "Today it isn't necessary to pray," or when you are tempted to trade what draws you close to me for an immediate gain, remember my word: I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. John chapter 14 verse 6. This is the certainty that sustains your steps, even on days when you seem weakest. I know your excuses, I know your heavy routine, but I tell you tenderly, do not let small deviations become destiny. Breathe deeply, turn your gaze back to me, for I am with you now, steadfast, patient, and ready to renew your hope. My beloved son, listen to me with your soul open and without haste, because what I will say is not a set of cold rules but an invitation to rediscover what has always been yours, the wellspring that shaped you. There are silent dangers that masquerade as rest and progress, small concessions that, accumulated, pull you away from what sustains you. It does not take a dramatic strike to lose your way. It is enough to accept, little by little, what reduces your time of intimacy with me: a postponed prayer, an unread verse, a loving gesture left for later. And it is in those small spaces that the enemy plants seeds of doubt, indifference, and permanent weariness. Therefore I ask you, watch your invisible routines. When you feel that life has become a sequence of tasks where my presence fits only as one more item, then recognize it. It's time to return. Faithfulness in small things is no less valuable than great deeds. It is what supports great achievements. A short prayer at dawn born from the heart, a whispered thank you before sleep, a simple act of mercy, these are foundations. Do not confuse intensity with depth. Depth is built day by day, with repetition and truth. Do not be ashamed to begin again as many times as necessary. When you stumble, do not abandon the path out of shame. Rise with the same tenderness with which I raised you, step by step, with compassion and firmness. Comment, I choose faithfulness in the small things. This is how I grow in love and truth. My son, pay attention to the subtle signs that indicate your faith is drifting away. The desire to postpone, the heart that loses joy in prayer, intimacy that becomes a task. Amid this, remember a truth that soothes and strengthens. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. At this point, I do not want you to mistake words for mere sentiment. I want you to experience the reality of this presence, not only as theoretical comfort but as concrete action that reaches you in small and great hours. When you feel crushed by the news, by criticism, by your slips, return to the refuge. Speak to me about what hurts, about what you fear, about what you wish were different. I am not impressed by your excuses, I am moved by your sincerity. And if doubt makes you believe there is no place for you, remember that the refuge is not reserved for the perfect, but a safe harbor for the wounded. The fortress I offer does not make you immune to trials, it makes you able to cross them with integrity. Do not neglect the rituals that draw you near, the reading that clarifies, the silence that heals, the communion that nourishes. Each of these acts is a thread that ties you to me. Notice also that I do not ask for a heroic gesture, but for humble constancy.
The soul that finds refuge rebuilds itself with patience and courage. And I will walk with you in that process, supporting you when you do not have enough strength to rise on your own. Comment, I return to the refuge, there I find strength to continue. My beloved son, when the weight of the world inclines you toward comparison and pride, remember the call I gave you. Draw near in humility, acknowledge your fragility, and allow me to transform you from within. There are promises that seem to shine on the surface and leave the heart empty when achieved without character. I do not ask you to renounce success, but to conceive it as a tool for service and not as a throne for your ego. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. And when weariness presses upon you, when anxiety whispers that you are not enough, hear yet another invitation I extend to those who truly seek me. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. It was not merely an offer of momentary relief. It was a promise of a shared path, of a burden divided. Take this for yourself. Bring what you are able to carry, and I will take the rest, not to weaken you, but to guide you. The courage I ask of you is not the absence of fear. It is the action that arises despite it. Take the step you can. I will watch over your walk and, when necessary, lift your strength. And remember, humility is not self-erasure. It is the acknowledgement of the source and the proper use of your gifts. When others exalt you, keep your heart turned toward service. When you fail, lift your face, not to hide, but so that grace may find you and shape you. Do not let vanity numb your love for your brothers. Always offer from where you come, from a place of prayer, of silence, of encounter. Comment: I surrender my weariness and receive rest. I walk with renewed courage. My child, discern carefully the small concessions that seem harmless. The enemy does not need dramatic blows. He prefers slow erosion. A friendship that pulls you toward the moon while your soul longs for dawn. A project promising quick glory at the cost of peace. A habit that occupies your time and dries your heart. All these whispers have an invisible price. The erosion of the vision that once made you run to me without fear. Learn, then, to ask before accepting. Does this bring me closer or take me away? And if the answer is uncertain, choose fidelity. I do not propose isolation. Relationships are channels of grace, but discernment. Some friendships build, others push you away. Observe the fruit. Where there is humility, there is growth. Where rivalry is hidden, there is future ruin. Also take care with the means by which you seek prosperity. Prosperity founded at the cost of your soul is an illusion. I honor your work and talents, and I desire that you put what is eternal first. This order preserves, directs, and gives meaning. Do not trade peace for appearances, character for applause. And when the temptation of shortcuts comes, remember, the real price usually appears afterward, not before. Be patient in cultivation, for lasting fruit comes from deep roots. Comment: I choose the path that preserves my soul. I do not yield to shortcuts. When discouragement creeps in and the voice calling you seems faint, practice simple acts. A thank you in the morning, a sincere prayer at night, a time of silence without expecting answers. These acts are discipline and tenderness. They are the small fidelities that, accumulated, restore clarity and fervor. Do not mistake the temporary absence of feeling for abandonment. I have not left you, and I am working in ordinary things as you live. Faith is not a constant feeling. It is a choice renewed every day. In days of weakness, acknowledge your limitation without shame and return with humility. Rise, for I lifted you first. Forgive as you were forgiven. Serve without seeking recognition. Love without calculating return. These gestures restore the heart and testify to who you are. And when you see the temptation of pride in any victory, be careful to look around. Remember where you came from, the hands that helped you, the fragility you carry. In this way, you preserve gratitude and do not allow glory to transform you outwardly while you empty inwardly.
Keep your eyes on the needy brother. share bread, word, and care. Communion is the antidote to false brilliance. And remember, constancy in love is the weapon that overcomes all cunning, not a fleeting emotion, but a daily commitment that shapes character. The idea that forms in your mind, the one that begins as an innocent thought, is not always harmless. At first, it seems insignificant, almost perfect, as if it has no consequences. Then excuses arise, justifications your heart invents to feel comfortable with the choice that, in secret, it knows could lead you away from the path I have prepared for you. God will understand, you tell yourself, trusting that mercy will cover every oversight, but I warn you, my son, that the trap begins when trust mixes with indifference. All who seek their own comfort without discernment fall into invisible nets, just as it happened in the Garden of Eden. The serpent did not speak the truth about the fruit, it presented it as something beautiful, desirable, promising wisdom and pleasure, but behind that appearance, there was only destruction. In the same way, today the enemy uses what seems attractive, what shines, what makes your heart race, to draw you away from me, to make you believe that what appears innocent has no consequences. But my son, everything that is valuable, everything that is real, requires discernment and wholehearted surrender, because not all that glitters comes from me. Before acting, before allowing temptation to enter your life, seek my voice, listen to the guidance I give you in the stillness of your spirit. Not all open doors were opened by me, and not all paths that seem easy lead to blessings. Some are traps disguised as opportunities, and many fall because they accept what is quick, comfortable, effortless, and immediate. Remember that I am a God of processes, of time, of patience. I have not created shortcuts that bypass preparation and maturity. Each stage of your life has a purpose, and each trial is an opportunity to grow and strengthen yourself. However, the enemy is a master at offering shortcuts, solutions that seem miraculous, quick, and easy, but that only draw you away from your destiny. He whispers, "Don't wait, don't struggle, take the easy path," and many fall because they trust immediacy more than faithfulness to me. Do not let impatience rule your heart. Not everything must happen at the moment you desire. The most precious things require time, dedication, and faith. Look at my servants, those I have called since ancient times: Joseph, who was sold and imprisoned before being elevated to the palace; David, who faced giants and persecution before reigning; Moses, who walked through the desert before glimpsing the promised land. Each was prepared with care and patience, because victory without preparation can become defeat. Every true fruit grows slowly, like roots that strengthen in darkness before holding up a tall and strong tree. In the same way, your faith develops through trials, silent waiting, and constancy when no one is watching. Every effort, every moment of waiting, every decision to trust in me builds in your heart a strength that no temptation can break. My son, I ask you not to allow the enemy to steal your peace or your joy. He constantly seeks to present you with what seems good, what seems easy, what your heart desires without effort or reflection. But remember, not everything that seems pleasurable comes from me. My truth is what makes you free, and my light dispels every shadow. Even in moments of doubt, even when fatigue tempts you to give up, I am at your side, sustaining you. Your strength does not come from yourself, it comes from me, and therefore you can trust without fear. The enemy's traps are subtle. He uses the beautiful to deceive, the comfortable to trap, the desirable to destroy. But I know every corner of your heart, every thought that arises in the intimacy of your soul. There is no confusion I cannot clear, no darkness I cannot illuminate, no fear I cannot transform into hope. When in doubt, when decisions seem confusing, turn your gaze toward me. Listen to my voice and let it guide your steps, because my path always leads to life, while any shortcut offered by the adversary leads to downfall. Remember, my son, that even when everything seems paused, even when you do not see immediate change, I am working in your life. Roots grow silently, out of sight, before the tree can bloom and bear fruit. Likewise, your faith strengthens through difficult moments, internal struggles, and trials that seem endless. Do not give up simply because the reward is not immediate. Every trial, every challenge, every disappointment is part of a divine process designed to shape you, prepare you, and draw you closer to me. It is in faithfulness to the small things, in daily commitment, in constant prayer, that unshakable faith is built. Trust that everything I am sowing in your life, even what you do not see, will bear fruit in its perfect time. Do not fear, for my presence is always with you, and every step you take with me is guided toward victory and blessing.
My son, do not believe that the path of the righteous is free of challenges. Every man and woman I have called has faced trials that seemed impossible to overcome. But the difference between those who fall and those who rise is faithfulness. Joseph suffered injustice, David faced persecution, Moses walked in the desert. Each allowed me to work in their heart before reaching the glory that awaited them. Therefore I tell you, do not seek ease. Seek preparation, seek maturity, seek the guidance I provide. What comes without effort, what is obtained without resistance, has no roots and fades with the first difficulty. The enemy knows that what is easy departs easily, and thus he tempts with instant solutions. But you, my son, can discern. You can choose what comes from me and set aside what only offers fleeting pleasure and lasting pain. Finally, my beloved son, always remember this truth. My love and care for you are constant and unshakable. No deceit can separate you from my hand, no trap can surpass me. Every day I invite you to seek me, to read my word, to pray even when you feel weak or exhausted, because in those moments your faith is strengthened. Trust in my timing, trust in my process, trust that I am preparing your heart to receive what I have promised. Every decision you make guided by me will bring you closer to the fullness of my blessing. Do not seek what is easy, seek what is true. Do not seek what is immediate, seek what is eternal. I am with you in every moment, in every trial, in every temptation, and my grace will always be sufficient for you. Believe, my son, and declare with conviction, I choose what comes from God. That choice, made with discernment and love, will be your anchor in the midst of storms and the light that illuminates your path.
But these are not signs that you are failing, they are evidence that you are on the path I have chosen for you. Every attack is measured, every obstacle is purposeful, and every season of difficulty is an opportunity to grow in reliance upon me. When you feel exhausted, do not yield. When the enemy seeks to discourage you, do not despair. You are being prepared for something magnificent, something that will surpass your imagination, something that will shine as a testimony of my faithfulness. Let your spirit recognize that trials are not punishments, but instruments of refinement. So I ask you today, my precious child, will you allow the weight of the moment to define you, or will you rise in the authority I have given you? Will you surrender to discouragement, or will you stand firm in the knowledge that I am with you? The choice is yours, and it carries eternal significance. Your perseverance now will bear fruit, not just in temporary victories, but in a life transformed, a character strengthened, and a destiny fulfilled. Know this: every step you take with me is meaningful, every prayer is heard, and every act of faith is rewarded. The enemy may roar and schemes may rise, but the power I have placed within you is greater than any opposition. Trust in me fully, for I am your guide, your protector, and your unwavering support. Every challenge is a call to deepen your faith, every hardship is a summons to courage, and every moment of weariness is a reminder to lean into my strength. The road may be narrow, the fight may be intense, and the journey may feel long, but at the end awaits the fulfillment of every promise, the manifestation of every dream, and the realization of the destiny I ordained for you. Stand firm, child of my heart, declare boldly your faith, and know that the glory I have prepared will outweigh every struggle. The enemy cannot prevail against what I have planned, and nothing can stop the fulfillment of my will for your life if you remain steadfast. Rise up, for the battle is not against defeat, but toward victory, and I am with you every step of the way. With love, God. Hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.